take a ride. I think until we experience it, it's really hard to kind of picture what it feels like or what it really is referring to.
I think we should go for a subway ride.
You know what? I think we could probably do a lot of different concepts. Center of pressure, center of gravity, basic support, Newton's first law, by riding some of the subway. Seeing how it goes.
Well, let's see it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Can you tell me a little bit about center of gravity and center of pressure?
So, center of gravity or center of mass is a point in 3D space where it's kind of floating around here in the center of the body. And center of pressure is the protection right there between my legs.
So how do I change my center of gravity?
My center of gravity can change if I put on a backpack.
So what happens if I put on a backpack?
If you put on a backpack, your center of gravity shifts backwards. The weight of the backpack is pulling you back.
Right.
So you have to adjust your center of mass to hunch a little bit forward so you don't fall back.
So what you're saying, I have to reposition my body to accommodate all that stuff?
Yes, you have to reposition your body.
One of the other concepts I think we need to cover is basic support. So if we think about basic support being the space, the perimeter around my contact patches. And the contact patches, in this case, are my feet. So my foot's in one contact with the ground, my foot's in the other contact with the ground. So each spot is a contact patch. My basic support encompasses all the way around the perimeter around my two contact patches.
Makes a lot of sense.
Cool. So I think there's one other concept we haven't quite covered yet, being Newton's first law. So when we think about Newton's first law, I know it as an object at rest will remain at rest until an external force is applied to it. So something that's stopped is going to stay stopped until something pushes on it or pulls on it, or there's an external force that makes it move. And the flip side of that is something that's moving is going to stay moving until there's an external force applied to it to make it stop.
Okay, I think I get it, but I don't understand how is this going to help me on the subway.
You know what? I think once you experience it, you might get a clearer picture from it. So let's jump on the next one. But before we get on the next subway, I want to give you one hint.
Okay.
Remember you were talking about basic support,
Yes.
center of gravity, center of pressure?
Okay.
I'll give you one hint. If your center of gravity falls outside of your basic support, you're gonna fall over.
Okay. We'll see it.
All right.
How do you want me to stand?
Okay, so we're traveling east. So let's face going east. And then you'll be all good to go once we start. Oh.
There. What happened there?
Because your center of gravity is shifting just a little bit,
The next station
time,
is Jane.
try and lean forwards a little bit.
Station.
Okay.
Alright.
Arriving at Jane Station.
We're going to have to play around with when the train starts and when the train stops. And making sure that your center of gravity is within your base of support. When the train starts, the train's going to try and move you backwards this way. Alright, so that's when you have to lean forwards to offset that movement.
Okay.
Then when the train stops, oh, that's better.
Okay.
So when the train stops, the train, we are
The
stationary.
next station in front of me.
So what we're going to need to do is, when the train starts to stop, we've actually got to try and lean backwards because we are in motion with the train.
Okay.
We stay in motion until an external force is applied to us. So to counter that, stopping of the train, we're going to need to lean backwards because the train's going to want to take us forwards. Sideways towards
Okay.
so after riding, if you keep your center of gravity above your base of support, you should stay still.
Okay.
If your center of gravity falls outside your base of support, you're a goner.
I don't think so.
No, we'll see. One thing to remember is that even though you're standing still, because the train is moving, you're actually moving at the same speed as the train. get this. We're gonna keep.
I almost got
it. This.
What happened there?
Again, your center of gravity went outside of your base of support,
Okay.
and it went in that direction. So that's the direction you fell when the train stopped. You continued in that motion. Next time, I want you to widen your base of support. By widening your base of support, you actually lower your center of gravity just a little bit. So bend your knees just a little bit. There you go. Okay. All right. And then when it stops the next time, we're gonna see if you can try and actually lean opposite and use that other lead foot as your external force to help you stay standing.
Okay. I'll try that.
Arriving at Dundas West Station.
Push your knees. That's it. The train is gonna want to take your center of gravity that way. Since it started here, you're gonna now be able to come and stay and keep your base of support. Your center of gravity within your base of support. And stand.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So, from experiencing, I think I got it. Center of mass, center of pressure, base of support, Newton's law. I think I got this.
I think so. It took a little while with all the different trials in the subway, but I'm pretty confident. I think you've got it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, no, that went well. No, good job. No, I really like